few months to stabilize the temperatures on my Pit Boss Austin XL. We've made a few modifications to even those temperatures out, take control a little better. So today, we're going to find out if we can control some of the smoke that escapes from this grill. This is where we want it coming out, but if we notice, we've also got it coming out down here around these knobs that I installed. We're coming out all around the lid to this barrel. So we're going to install some insulation to see if we can minimize the smoke that we're losing out the sides of the lid. By losing all that smoke, you're also losing heat, using more pellets. Hopefully, if we can insulate that lid a little bit, we can control this smoke a little better. So we're going to get this cleaned up, put some sealant gasket around the lid, see how that works out for us. So our first step, we took some Easy Off oven cleaner and carefully sprayed all around where we're going to put the adhesive. We're going to let that sit for a little bit while we work on some gaskets, and hopefully that will loosen up enough of that to just wipe it off. Once we've done that, we'll clean it up with some soapy water and then some rubbing alcohol. Make sure it's nice and clean so that adhesive will stick properly. The oven cleaner worked pretty well. We went all the way around where the gasket is going to sit, and it took pretty much everything back down to the copper metal there. Next step, we're going to rinse this off real well with some detergent and warm water. Final step, we'll wipe it down with some rubbing alcohol and we'll be ready to apply the gasket. After using a scouring sponge, some warm soapy water, we've got this rim very well cleaned up now. We rubbed it down with some rubbing alcohol everywhere that gasket is going to get. Waited and showed we weren't getting any more color coming off on the paper towel. So I think we're about as clean as we're going to be able to get that. Should stick fairly well. Next step, we'll apply the gasket. We finished applying the gasket to the lid of the Pit Boss. We did the top strip first and ran it a little bit past the edge of the lid on both sides. Same thing on the bottom. Then we installed the side gaskets. They fit in perfectly and butt up against the top and the bottom gasket. We then took a razor knife and rounded the corners to match the lid. We noticed a few places where we had smoke leaking from some modifications we've done. One was the diffuser plate, the other is the sear plate. So what we did is we took some of that sealer and cut two strips, cut the hole about the same size as the rod, and that should seal those up very nicely. Minimize the smoke we're losing out of that. You want to be sure when you install this gasket you're not stretching it as you apply it. Should be just laying right on top without stretching it. So one other place we noticed we were losing a lot of smoke, this is where the probes go into the grill. I've elongated this hole so that the cables can sit down in, but we're really losing a lot of smoke. So what we've done is we got a magnet that will cover that hole completely. Then I will be able to slide it up a little bit to be able to have the probes, the cables for the probes, still have access. When I don't want it there, it comes right off. Should work very well to seal that up. So the next step, we're going to fire the grill up, get it smoking real good, close this lid and see if we accomplished what we were after. So we got this fired up. We got lots of smoke. We're going to close this lid, see how those gaskets are doing. Lots of smoke out of the chimney. A lot coming out of that bucket area. But the handles, it's hard to see with that much smoke coming up, but there's nothing coming out around those handles. We've got nothing coming out where the probes go, so we accomplished that. As far as the gasket goes, I'm still seeing a little bit coming out the bottom, not near like it was. Nothing on the side. Nothing on this side. And we're not seeing anything coming out the top. So I think that did pretty well. We're gonna have to investigate and see why we still had smoke coming out of that bottom of that lid. So that should all work, and we'll keep working on it, try to get those temps to stabilize as much as we can. Well, we've gone back and fired this up again. Since these lids are probably not cut to a Rolls-Royce tolerance level, we added a second strip of the gasket. See if that'll meet up a little bit better. We'll wait till this gets smoky again and we'll check the gasket. All right, we're under normal operations here. We're getting lots of smoke coming out of the chimney and out of the bucket, but we are seeing absolutely nothing coming from the bottom anymore. Nothing on the sides or the top. We're getting our smoke exactly where we want it. The chimney and the bucket opening, there's nothing we can do about that. But I think that's going to increase how efficiently this grill works. Keep heat inside and lack of smoke loss. I'll keep you updated if anything changes.